Today I will for the first time on YouTube play a campaign in my favorite region in EU5. It was also my favorite region in EU4, but in EU5 it's getting even more advantages, and it's obviously India. Plenty of population, a lot of unique trade goods, and a great position to really skyrocket your population and build up of the country. I will not play as one of the easiest nations like Orissa or Vijay. Instead, I'm gonna play as Pandya. So 4 locations minor, 1 province minor actually, just to show you that playing as small nations is also possible in the current patch, and just to pose a bit more of a challenge on myself by doing so, while trying to recreate the Pandyan Empire. Pandya, as you see, they actually have plenty of content, which I'm gonna show you in a second. Fasten your seatbelts, because it's gonna be a really fun episode. Pandya actually has 5 bonuses, which is 2 advances to start with, monthly legitimacy as well as hostile attrition, but then in the second age you also get more sailors and pearls output, monthly prosperity, which is now much better thanks to the latest patches, and in the third age there's gonna be antagonists received and war score cost. On top of that, we've got 11 bonuses for being in India, 21 for being Hindu, 19 for being Dharmic religion. So there's, as you see, plenty of content waiting for us, even though it doesn't seem there's that big. Let's see how it looks inside. 2 fishes on the flag, that's actually a nice one. And characters is okay-ish. Why our heir is actually older than us. Do we even have a spouse? We have to arrange a marriage. We might need to marry a lowborn to get a kid ASAP. She has actually better stats than a ruler. Okay, first things first, I'll definitely need to move our capital, because we'll want to spread our proximity via naval, so Tenkasi is a terrible capital for that. You see, Kayal is having similar population, and it actually has city rights as the only location that I'm having, and it has much higher development than the other locations. So this is the perfect location to move my capital to. I'll start with that. So move capital, it will only get more expensive over time. So let's start with doing so. And then we're gonna pick up some guarantee forms. You see, thanks to being 50 towards naval, I can take harbor administration, which is linked to what I just said, proximity cost report, and development growth for the port locations. And the second guarantee form is gonna go for the subject bonuses, because we'll definitely need to expand via numerous subjects. There's some privileges that are already there, and for the values we obviously go towards decentralization, which is something I'll not try to stop. Thankfully we're going towards naval, and we're going towards traditionalist instead of innovative. Okay, we definitely will need to give more privileges so I can tax better my estates. So for the nobility, as in my estates guide, I'll be aiming for privileges giving lots of loyalty and as little as possible of influence, so the court life is definitely useful. Going towards naval, from clergy I'm gonna pick stability investment. From peasants, we'll take the levy bonuses. Remember, the base power is very low, so you give them 50% of influence of power in the Eastern province is not gonna impact them that much, and we can go towards decentralization. Why from the Vaisa I'll be able to take the most of the privileges, so definitely building cost. I'm going towards decentralization, but still this is very important. Building rights, so they build roads for us a bit. Going towards innovative, overall development growth, as well as tax efficiency. Well, now our taxation should be not bad. Let's just definitely start minting and automate taxes. From the Brahmana, I'm not gonna tax anything to get a higher bonus to the research progress. While here I don't have any subjects, so I don't need to spend on the diplomacy. And for stability and court, I'm gonna do it at max. Why forts? Here's one. Let me just not pay for it. The Navy, you're gonna go and start getting some maritime presence, and I will make sure that my ruler is an admiral, because this gives me yet another bonus towards naval, so it's going 0.22 towards it. As for my cabinet members, let's definitely use one guy to increase control in our only province, so I get more levies, while the other guy will be focusing on giving me fast legitimacy. So it's actually below 30, I shouldn't do that. When it's below 30, there's a chance that you're gonna actually get a disaster. So we need to fix that ASAP. I hope that I did not fuck myself up. Let's just go ahead and get some guys employed. There's not big of a choice for us, as you see. Rivals, let's do this to this guy just next by us, rival. You see, for the religion, we have a branch called Shaivism, which is having a self-control mechanic. Well, at 0, it gives me usage progress, estate satisfaction, and prestige. Definitely keeping that. And I'll be looking for religious figures to appear so I can hire them. For the research, there's not that much to be done, just, you know, this basic few advances as usual. But since we are Hindu, you see there's another research progress, speed, there's institution growth, there's cultural bonuses. We start with 4.8 thousand available levies. Let's see how much we can get. By the way, you see we have plenty of claims on Mabar, which is stronger country overall than us. They have 6,000 available levies, and they actually have 650 of standing army. That's terrible news for us. Let me definitely use a diplomat to improve relations with VJ as well as ready, so I can ally one of these two. Since we play in Asia, you'll see we've got a bit different UI elements. I love it. That's what I mentioned. We are below 30 of legitimacy. Gotta fix that ASAP. Obviously, getting ruler as an admiral gives me also some crown power, which is 20 because I gave plenty of privileges, but we'll be working on that. And we have a religious figure, but not the one that I'm looking for. With the capital move, this is my new proximity. I think it needs a month tick of the update. Yeah, that's much better. As you see, control here is gonna actually increase to 83 from 68. This one is gonna increase from 39 to 82, and this one will decrease from 100 to 56. So overall, definitely a much better control that we'll be having. Obviously, this number's a bit higher because of my cabinet member doing stuff, but my levies, you see, they're actually at 7,000 already. There's plenty of people living in these locations. For the money that I'm having, we definitely have to invest in the building, giving sailors. Let's see what we have for choice. Not too much, just wharf. That's already built here. Could also get a fishing village, but it's not available. Let's see that wharf. Oh yeah, I see it's not approaching in the full power. And actually losing sailors. Okay, Mabar actually reduced their armies, especially the standing one. That's one that I was afraid of, 240. And their totals is really low. And since they don't have an allies, that's definitely my first target to attack. Also because their religion is different compared to everyone around. So that should be low antagonists I would receive for full annexing them. Worst part is that they actually dying to Hoysala already before I even get a CB. So there are two ways of me doing. I think I actually should use the Casus Belli from Spy Network. So that's a mistake one. You should have done that, guys, better than I did. Remember to start building Spy Network on day 1. Just so you can actually get the Casus Belli. Well, in my case, I would still not get it that fast. I was thinking about getting the CB from Parliament, but ideally you get it for the Parliament for these guys, and on these guys for Spy Network. Let me first invest into RGOs with the money that I'm having, and I should probably also get something for the trade capacity. Ruler already died, and the heir that was older than him is on the throne now. Unfortunate. And we've got an event that could give me some pieces of art. Because of Brahmana getting more disloyal, I don't need that art. And just a month later, we've got Noble's Regency. He can just take the throne because he's a regent for like nothing. His stats are just terrible. So I hate it. But that might be my only option. And this is what it is, guys. So I'm not gonna try better RNG. I just make sure that I marry a lowborn, so I get some actual good heirs. So here goes the event starting the situation around fall of Delhi. And I'm gonna side against Delhi for sure. I'm not sure why this shows us green. And how it works is that the strongest nation opposing Delhi is gonna have some additional actions to be done. And Delhi also has some actions in this situation to be done. The strongest nation that is taking the lead is currently the one with the highest amount of the levies. So in our case, that's VJ. But we can beat them at one point. And there'll be also see power share in India, where 3.7 is from Delhi right now. They need 100 to win. VJ has 8%, and I think opposers. And we need 80% to win. Anyway, I increased amount of my available levies to 8.2 thousand with all the actions that we did. As I said, with the first parliament, I want to get a claim on Venat, and we can combine it with a good parliament debate. Just not that much of a choice. So simply take the one that is having the highest support. Get the claim. And we might want to try getting back to 50%. Especially that I want to go towards decentralization and I am not taxing clergy. Perfect. Let's just declare on these guys immediately before they get any allies. So I don't need to get all of my levies. Remember, 8,000. Okay, let's get all of my levies. Because remember that location from which we got a levy gets a modifier raised levies, which is reducing the raw materials output by 20% as well as the food production. Should be able to day one kill most of their armies. I assume they're going farther to recover. In the meantime, just gonna manually occupy the other locations, and I think I'm not gonna rush this fort. There's no need to lose any population, even if my population. These guys don't have food. That's a problem. That's a problem. I cannot get back here. That's why I'll go and raise also the naval levies, because they did so. I only want that to then distribute food and gather food. And since my stack will be bigger, I doubt they'll try to engage on me. So this way I'm gonna fix that attrition happening. Yep, see, no more attrition. Do we care about this so much? Or should I also use that parliament to ask for a law change? Like in the distribution of power, we can increase the maximum tax and increase our crown power by 30% because currently we lose 10%. Especially that you see these guys are all very loyal, maybe except Sudra, so I could give them additional privilege while doing so. Now you see Bachman is actually already got released from Delhi. And Hoysa has gotten strong, they have 36,000 available levies, Vijay has 33,000. I'm having, again, just 7,500 after attrition. Okay, let's peace them out without fighting the land battle. Just don't need to lose any of the troops. Very nice. Here on this terrain, let's see the province structure. Wouldn't be a bad idea to keep for ourselves, to spread the proximity. And I'm gonna do that. Instead of increasing control, I'm gonna start integrating that location. Just gonna take a while. Maybe it's not the best idea because I have claims, cores, whatever here. So yeah, that's gonna be a better idea to actually release a subject. It's gonna be the same case, whatever. Let's do this. Samantha, it's like a subject type that has 3 levels. First level is just a weaker subject, giving you less bonuses. Second level, and can be next. Second level cannot be an X and gives you more, and third level cannot be an X again, that gives you much more. But I'm just gonna go for the fiefdom. And we go after Mabar now. Just make sure to rival them first. Oh yeah, my casus belli is on the way. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't want these insurgents. I just noticed. Can I pay them money to fuck off? Let's do that. And let's use this guy for the rebel crackdown. I don't think we can do much. Yeah, they're gonna happen one way or another. Unless they pay more. Well, there's no guarantee that's gonna be enough. Well, all I can do is not pay for the fort, actually. I wasted some money, but it's fine. Anyway, in Age of the Renaissance, I'm gonna go for the admin focus, which gives me the Zlewikk, casus belli, stability investment, 5% proximity cost. I think it used to be 2.5, they boosted it. Expected cost of the card, legislative efficiency, which is in the end less antagonism, and max literacy. Worst part of this rebellion is that I only have one urban location. If you don't have urban location, you lose the burgher's estate. On one hand, it's actually not that bad, because I just got rid of the privileges that were given automatically, but I'll have to re-give the privileges, which is gonna decrease the loyalty for the other estates, and I'm gonna invest my legitimacy into that. Anyway, let's declare Mabar. Since they got destroyed, that war should be rather easy, but I'll anyway get all the levies just in case. It's crazy, but these guys actually have higher base tax than I do, and in the end, they pay me almost 3 a month for the diplomacy. Taking all this, see nobody cares. And that's lovely. See, some of these locations are my full cores automatically. I will definitely release these 2 locations as a separate subject. Why the rest? This 4 I will have to core myself. This way, my levies are up to 22,000, so I actually could have a chance fighting these guys with 60,000. We also took over our second city, again, as a full core immediately, which is lovely news for us. Let's slow it down with another parliament. We'll boost stats of our ruler. Probably actually not. Because this guy's asked me to change the policy. And this guy's asked me to add privilege. I wanted to get a claim on this guys, but not gonna happen if I have to do this kind of stuff. Anyway, remember the guarantee form change I mentioned earlier? We boosted our crown power to 28% thanks to it. Also getting some villages done, where, like, and remember, a market village gives me overall bonus to more available burghers, laborers, and soldiers, and gives me food capacity, trade advantage, trade capacity, and market access. While fishing village is giving me a bit different bonuses, but also maritime presence and monthly sailors. Especially that last one is what I'm looking for. Ready actually would like to have an alliance. Of course I want that. Which takes me a bit over the diplo capacity. That's fine. Also looks like they changed the bonuses, at least to what I remember how it worked before the release when I last played in India. So at the maximum negative self-controlled minus 100, we get maximum tax, which is pretty good. But I think I'm still gonna leverage the research progress one. But for that I need to increase my control now, which can be done by spending 90 ducats with this. It's also time to invest into some very basic roads. And you see that's gonna be a massive difference in our control. And the new guru that we received is a max literacy one. Anyway, with the road done, you see it's going towards 76% controlling here. Why controlling here with another road? It's gonna increase from 47% to 62%, so be steadily improving all that. Before I invest more, besides these 2, I should invest into getting more lumber, mason, and sand
Just what's annoying is that I'm in the middle of the two markets with a very low market control. So you know what, guys? I'm gonna create a new market. How much does it cost? 218. In Age of Renaissance, I'm gonna rush the city rights, but also cultures, capacity, and pop assimilation speed. Oh yeah, and for sure the research progress. Let's just go ahead and get that next casus belli. These guys, or these guys. How much tax these guys have? Let's compare one. This should be more worth it. This location is just some rice, and these guys have two locations with pepper. Absolutely, yes, we go after the boys in here. Can also change a law. We're in the Royal Court Customs. Could get the proximity cost for land, and obviously more towards decentralization. And now that they won't know that they will have a massive advantage on the numbers, I'm just gonna get this small levy from this location. And obviously from these trains I'm gonna just release a subject. First of all to core it, and second of all I wouldn't have much control over there anytime soon. There goes the new market. It's actually better than I expected. And we need to fill the food stockpile, which is gonna take time, and that food price is gonna be higher. But it's fine, the food should not be a problem. But now more importantly, our market access is super high. So that should increase immediately. 48 of tax base. 61. Well, 26 of the positive balance. And why I was thinking about creating the market? Well, to have a better control over the prices, right? So this costs 125. I need to decrease prices for lumber and sand now. Oh, and here goes Black Death. How about we just do some simple stuff like just segregate the infected, which gives them 15% disease resistance. You have such a good balance of the food in the market that the stockpile is gonna feel like that, and the price is gonna very quickly land at 001. So we've got the regency again, not too much of luck for the rulers. Ares is 7 years old, but he is ambitious. So definitely gonna be better than the regent. It'll take time to wait for him, and I should pay more for his education once they save mine. That's a big cost for early game. I can also start annexation on one of the two subjects. It's gonna take over a decade because they are big. And their culture is actually stronger. Let's see the cultures. We've got the Tamil one. They have the Malayalam. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about this now. It's just gonna take time. Black Death is gone. It killed 200,000 of our population, which is very little actually. It's like, what? 15%? Less than 15%. By attacking Kohin, I'm gonna get also their two subjects into my hands, which I think should be the final step before trying to fight with Hoysala, on which I already is building the spy network. I just core these new locations. So you see, it's all cores with the integration done. So the control will be increasing. Nothing crazy because I don't have the proximity yet, but we'll be getting there. Did Hoysala just attack ready? What is this? It is ready, that declared. No, thinking I would help. 31,000, 16,000. I'm gonna decline it. And once these guys get weaker and I get the claim, I'll declare my own war. Since I'm increasing my amount of money, I'll be also getting more urban locations, especially next to our capital, because it's the best proximity. Look how strong rice is as a source of the food. Livestock as well. Pepper is a location we don't want to have a city on. Just overall looking, I think this livestock should be just fine as a city. Town obviously first. And another one I'll create here. And since I'm building towns and cities, we have to make sure to follow it up with important buildings, which is temple. That gives plus 5% max control. And also later I should be investing into libraries. How about we actually start doing so, as it's gonna help with both annexation of subjects but also assimilation of new lands. And I'm making 5 already a month from my trade in the market. Now you see that second modifier, Tamil culture influences versus tradition, is gonna start decreasing as I'm increasing my influence steadily. So Hoysala is down to 12,000 of levies, and that's my general tip for you. When you know that you'll be fighting and you want to fight a nation that's a bit stronger than you, well, do wait for a moment when they attack someone else and they lose a lot of levies on the war, because the eyes do tend to lose a lot of levies in this. So you can attack them when they are actually weaker. That's what I did in my Portugal campaign when I attacked Castile. Let's do this. They finished the war. They're up to 20,000 of possible levies. I have a bit more, plus there'll be plenty from my subject. Don't underestimate that. I'm fairly sure I can win this. What I'll just do, besides raising all levies, is to make sure is that I'll ask AIs to attach to me and try targeting these guys. Why are you going so far away? Let's see if I can. Yes, if I win the, oh yes, that's also additional initial advantage for us. And since they didn't pay for the forts, it's just 20 defenders, I can rush it with no losses. See, I can't just take everything possible, because that would be a collision forming. But if I take the terrain just next to me and obviously the naval border, it's still a bit too much. Could do something like that instead. And then before I peace out, actually improve relations with Jaffna, Reddy, and Sambu Varayar. Funny thing is that I could just actually take like this, and technically I would restore the Pandya borders, maybe except having a bit more of Ceylon would required. But yeah, I'll not go too crazy, maybe just get the lands connection like that. I think I should be fine to peace out now, also taking full money war reparations. That's lovely. Again, some of the locations to cover are fully my course immediately. What I'll do, I'll create 2 subjects here and 2 subjects here. That might be problematic with our diplo capacity, as you see. That's why these guys are finishing in some time. Let's just release these 2 first. Or even better, I will feed the subject here, this province, feed the subject here, this province, and now release X2 subjects around here. The urbanization is ongoing, which is then of course also increasing our overall control. We can also get a free town from the promote urbanization, but that one is risky. It depends what kind of parliament agendas I get. This one is good. Towns just unlock so many important buildings, not only for for production, especially later in the game, because now it's just a bit, but most importantly stuff like libraries, temples, wharves, so I can actually start building a navy soon. In this way over time we already hit 104 of tax base, third of which is in my capital. Looks like Delhi is dying as well. Oh, the situation overall ended as well. I didn't notice what was the outcome. But the outcome is good, because this is a way easy expansion for us. Unfortunately, pretty much everyone is Hindu. Here goes on the subject being annexed. I'm no longer over the diplo capacity, so I can spend at least a bit less on it. How's our proximity after the monthly update? Not bad. I definitely need maritime presence to be spread. That's why I'm building more wharves, and which I need towns for. And I'm following this up with more and more navy, more and more terrains and trade capacity. Also my trade income is skyrocketing, mainly importing gold, but you see there's also some exports happening already. Since I don't have much proximity up north yet, because I need the maritime presence, I should consider building a buy leaf around here, especially on the goods, trade goods.
So if you look around, you see I've got amber in here. There's pepper, but I've got the proximity, less than I would get from Byleaf, but it soon's gonna be more. So let me just build a Byleaf here on the amber location, because amber is obviously always a good source of money. So let's go here, find a Byleaf and get it built. Byleaf, my friends, just a friendly reminder if you don't know, gives 20 local proximity source. So this location is gonna receive 20 proximity, and it's not plus 20 on top of what I have, but it's a flat 20 modifier in this specific location. For next parliament, I'm gonna get 2 casus belli, one of ready to just fix the borders here, and second one on Ceylon. Just do it right way so I don't forget. Now, in case you're thinking, oh, this game is going too easy for you. Yeah, are you sure about that? Vijay, Mansouri and Hoysal, they all ally each other. 26,000, 16,000, 35,000 of available levies. Why I'm having 34,000. And what a waste of casus belli. Vijay just attacked them. Good thing about still vassalizing them for taking ready here. That's assuming, yeah, Vijay is already sitting it. What a waste. Yeah, let's just go after these guys here. That will not be an easy war. They have 13,000 levies and 19 ships. I just hope I will have enough to destroy them. Let's go down speed. Get levies, but maybe not all of them. There's this 21,000. Or naval levies for sure. So actually, because naval levies are pretty much transports, you know. Which I didn't really build. So they can transport 10,000. So that might be actually not enough to even land successfully, having in mind how many troops they have. That should be just around being enough. Let's see, see my subjects are also trying to land. 11,000 troops from Tondai Nadu? My subject has 11,000. Okay, I think I can handle the high books up north with this amount of the troops from the subjects. And as soon as I landed here, this war is pretty much over. One of the cool things of having war and having a ruler as an admiral or general is this bonus to the prestige. And I even want to keep this war a bit longer than I would normally, because to actually become a duchy I need 25 prestige. There we go. Prestige from the event. Do I need to be at peace to form a duchy? No, I just need money. And in the meantime, I next the subject. Okay, there we go. Forming a duchy. So see, country gives me pretty much nothing. Duchy gives me cultures capacity, diplomatic range, diplo capacity for the subject that I'm playing with, great powers score, and more rivals. So you see now. Yeah, let me. Why I can't rival all of these guys? They like me too much. Well, let's just rival these guys in the meantime. But look at this. If you pass a month tick, we are number 30 great power already, by being a duchy. To become a kingdom, I think we don't need that much more. Yeah, we just need 50 prestige now to become a kingdom. But anyway, let me next this guys. This is exactly 100 war score that they cost me. Oh, I didn't take the... Oh yeah, this doesn't matter. Now we pretty much redid the Pandya Empire borders. But I'm not finishing here. I'll definitely release some subjects. I'll probably just keep these 2 provinces for myself and release subjects on the Southern ones. 2 subjects should be enough. Oh, we just embrace, yeah, we just embrace the full subjects gameplay. So let me actually release them everywhere here in the south. Some of them will be fiefdoms, some of them will be Samantas, just to spread the liberty desire between them. And for the Samantas I created earlier, can I already change the rank? Yeah, you. Change the Samantha status. Looks like we need a bit more of power to achieve that. But we'll get there. Coming back to the location with Amber, you see we've got 20 proximity for Byleth, which gives me additional 15% of max control. So I've got only 30 of max control. Yeah, it's dropping because I was using the cabinet member to increase control before, so it was at 43. We took over some Mamluk barracks. I even had some myself. I think it is using slaves, right? So I'm having some manpower. It will not be used to do any standing army. It's too little. But it's just enough to simply recruit one basic stack. So I can increase my crown power, because you see my crown power is 27. If I'm be having an only general being from the crown. Do I have anyone from the crown though? I don't. How old is the heir? Yeah, once I put one of the heirs as a general, I'm gonna receive a good boost to the crown power. Since I invested heavily into my economy, especially RGOs, I'm following it up with plenty of marketplaces. So actually see if I can earn even more money from trading. Hilarious things just happened because we've got independence were declared, I think, by Berry. No, not Berry. Like a nation that was like, did not receive any lands. They just like, released 100 people here. And they called in Delhi into that war. But that's actually great news for us, because I can separate peace van for, you know, plenty of money and humiliation to get prestige. I'm just waiting for the ticking war score. I can get 5% more. And you see I'm only lacking 10 prestige to become a kingdom. So that might be a help. In the meantime, you know, it's not a rush. I'll start to create cities all around here, because obviously India it's not a problem to have enough population to create a city. Another hilarious thing happened. Berry took over leadership in the war from Delhi. So I can't take that much money as I could a few seconds ago, but I can still humiliate. But see, that might not happen because good white peace imminent in 700 days. I don't know how that happened, but Hoysala, I declared on them when they were at war with Vijay, right? Vijay in the meantime pissed out. It looks like Hoysala re-allied both Mansur and Vijay and invited them into the war while the war is ongoing. At least I just white peace Orissa. I paid them 100 ducats to fuck off. It might be tougher to peace out these two guys. Can I even peace out? For humiliate plus money. I could. That's gonna be a problem because they have 87,000 troops. I've killed 43,000 already. Who has that many troops? It's Mansouri. I mean, okay. That might be the best idea, to actually give them what they want. Because Vijay is fine, I can defeat them, but Mansouri, they have a bit too many troops. Can I, instead of humiliating... I think actually humiliate is not a bad deal for us. Because it's just me losing a bit of prestige. I am already a kingdom, so I don't need more. Because how far away I am from becoming an empire? Yeah, far away. Let's do that. It's a strategic surrender, I would say. Just give them a bit less of money. Way less money. Wait, that's 100 ducats. Fuck off.
So I'm gonna pay you $100 to fuck off.
Now we easily win that. I also needed to figure out how to get institutions. But you see, I'm already having professional armies, banking, and renaissance, all of them in my trading capital and capital overall. And it's because, you know, it easily spreads to Egypt. I don't have trading access to import it from Egypt, because when you trade, now it's both export and import, you get the institutions spread. But you see, Aden got it easily, and from Aden,
I could import it into Pandya. So I'll be able to embrace this free once they spread a bit more across the country. I'm making sure to break alliances of Hoysala. Let's actually take a look if they didn't break it themselves. They're still there. Plus taking all these lands for myself. Should be pretty good. And EU5's antagonist is also good. That's just perfect. Even before releasing any subjects, this is where I'm gonna finish this episode. And I'm saying episode because I would like to record part 2 when I go all in into India and expand a lot. Why scaling the country? So we are number 14 great power for 320 base tax. Actually, let's just pass a month tick without levies. 55,000 by the way. With 414 base tax, 4 million population, and a very urbanized homeland. You see how many cities I created. This is our proximity. You see we are nicely spreading it. This is our control. For today, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you are enjoying this kind of campaigns. Let me know if I should continue this. And obviously subscribe to the channel to get notified about part 2.